This video was sponsored by EA. Hey guys, and welcome to yet another speed build. Happy Friday everyone. Hope we're all doing well. I hope you are just winding down, ready for the weekend, ready to have some time off, chillax, just good times. So I hope I can just ease you into your weekend. And I'm back, as I said, with another speed build. It is the second of 3 speed builds that you're going to see this week. Basically, I'm releasing one every other day, so the next one will be out on Sunday. But yeah, so I thank you very much, EA, for early access to the new EP. Excuse me, Horse Ranch. What is the date that this is coming out? No, I'm the totes unprofessional. Oh, the pack was out yesterday because it's 21st. You're seeing this. The pack was out yesterday. And how is everyone finding it so far? Let me know if you've got it, if you plan to get it, if you don't plan on getting it, and you're like, hell no. Sorry, excuse me. I'm going to take a sip of my Ava Strawberry Refresher. From Starbucks. Okay, better. So yes, as I've said before in the previous video, this is not a final software, so if you see any weird glitches, anything wrong, it is not the final version. The final perfected, polished version was out yesterday, so please just be mindful of that. And we are doing something different to the first build. This was inspiration. It was I think it was a build in Texas. Yeehaw, Texas. And it says it's a ranch style, but it's almost was a ranch, hacienda, Spanish kind of style. And I felt like it would really fit in this area. It was more ranch than hacienda. I can see why someone might call it hacienda, but yeah, it was more ranch style. So this one, I wanted to do something a little bit different. The first build was a farmhouse, and so I wanted to do something modern that still fitted in with the area. You could have done modern there's modern farmhouses where they're all clad with white and they have black windows and blah blah blah. So I decided there was already one of those in the main town. I swear I don't know who officially built each lot. I think the only lot I know someone built was the red farmhouse. I know is by Chrissy. All the others I have no idea who. Oh, and I know that the one with the big glass windows, the kind of mountain lodge thingy, is by Fry Simproved. But I swear I would bet all of my lunch money on the white modern farmhouse that's in the center of the town that has I think they're called Serena or Selena or something, and they have it's a woman with just one horse in there, which I actually found really strange that they decided to put horses in the center of town. I was just like, okay. But yeah, that one in there, I swear I would bet all my money that that's Dr. Ashley's build, because literally I saw it and I was like, this is Ashley. It has to be. If it's not Ashley, then I'm whoever did it stole her identity. Okay, because it's that is literally her. I feel it's her staple build. I could just spot it from a mile away. It has to be hers. So yeah, there's already one in the world, so I didn't want to do another one. So yeah, we went with this one, and the inspiration that I had was more, I would say, more modern than I actually end up doing it, but because of all of the items that come with this pack, we had to do modern with rustic, because if we didn't do rustic, then we may have a lot of holes in what we could actually furnish the place with. I feel like it would have been a real hardship to try and just do this all out modern, because the items are just not there. Look, they're just not. So yeah, we went modern rustic, and I'm really happy with how this turned out. I'm not gonna lie. I am a crazy person. You see, this all looks flat at the moment. It will not in a second, because we start doing terrain, and then I have to put lots of rocks down, and I did this all without tool, and I was like, am I a crazy person? So I had to put a lot more vegetation actually to hide like the floating rocks and stuff like that. So I think it would be a little bit more barren, a bit more like pebbles everywhere and rocks, rather than lots of plants. And I like that the real life one had cacti and succulents and all those kind of plants, like think Oasis Springs natural planting. It had all of that, so I thought it would fit in really, really well here. So yeah, I'm happy with it, and I got to kind of use stucco, and I think it was a good blend between modern and rustic. As you can see here, terrain's happening. I don't know why I decided to do this, but I did. Because the real life one had terrains, it was like steps up. I wasn't really able to do the same thing with the amount of space I had left on this lot. Like, it's a very tight fit on the left hand side. You won't see me doing that. I did the terrain on camera. Like I mapped everything out, but I didn't finish like the back of the build and the sides with all of the rocks and all of the plants, but I do show you the entire process for the front. So the sides and the back was literally exactly the same as the front, just repeated. So I thought we'd cut that out, we wouldn't bore you with such mundane things, and it wasn't very entertaining, let's just put it that way. It was just like plonk some plants down, make it fit. It was that one. So the story behind this one, I feel like this one is more of a regular family kind of build. I see that maybe the parents in this would maybe be in the entertainment. I feel like they're their own boss. They don't have a regular job. They work from home. We have a home office in here, and I put up like decoration of like magazine covers. So I feel like they're in the entertainment industry, maybe, possibly. And I'm gonna say that they're an agent. So, like agents can live anywhere, right? So I feel like they're like an agent of some sort. And so they have a nice home office, and then they just so happen to also have stables. On the right hand side there's going to be a stables. So lots of places had garages when I was researching, and then I just kind of switched out garages for stables. I love the fact that we can build stables now. I'm just like, yes. I feel like I must have been inspired by stables before for like converted stables or something, but I don't think I've ever attempted to do fake stables in a build or anything. But yeah, so I was here trying to find like some live edit stones, rocks to help me, and did I? No, because the footprints were all ginormous. So the best rocks for the job were actually the ones from the catalogue. So this is going to be probably an expensive build to live in, just because of rocks. Just the rocks. Just the rocks. So yeah, apologies. Should I apologize? No, not really. It is what it is. That's what it took to get the look. Mind you, I feel like rocks shouldn't cost that much because they don't give you anything back. Well, the same as plants don't even give you anything back, do they? Actually, I think some of them might give you environment. Some of the plants might. But rocks definitely don't. So yeah, there were a whole lot of money for no reward. But yeah, I'm just putting in more the same. I said it's like succulents, and cacti and rocks, and I'm still trying to find rocks from debug that are going to work, and they're just not. So now I think I finally realized and given up. Also, I used the regular rocks in this red tone. Never ever used that swatch in the base game rocks before in my life, and it kind of was as close as I could get to the world rocks, so I went with it. There is no swatch that's the same as the world rocks, so yeah, we went as close as possible. They did put this like group there on the right hand side. There's like slightly warmer coloured rocks. They added those in to the regular build catalogue, and they have a ginormous footprint as well. So I literally only managed to use them once in the whole build because they're just, no, maybe twice. I think there's one at the top there. Because the footprint, and I'm like, I don't have tool because it was the early access. You can't have mods or anything. So yeah, I was just like, look, I can't use it. Because I don't have tool to like bed it down and make it make sense. But yeah, this seems to like be coming together. I think you get the vibe that we're going for. But yeah, I'm happy with how it turned out. I hope that your horses can like navigate onto the right hand side, like into the actual stables. I hope that is a thing. I'm seeing this now and I'm feeling like, oh no, I didn't fill up the whole place. Okay, good. I'm like, oh, I like the fact that I really like the fact that there was like levels and you could see clear empty spaces, and then when it did a step up, you just had the rocks and the plants all together and that kind of stuff. So yeah, the interior in this, as you will see, is very black. It is very black because when one decides that they are going to do a modern build and they only have base game and a very rustic, not modern EP to use, like the default is put it in black, it will look modern, right? And also Peacemaker, also I was talking with, and we were showing our builds back and forth together, and he also did a modern build and used black, and I was like, I think we both had the same philosophy of if it's in black then it's gonna look modern. So yeah, that's what we both went with. I think similar vibes. I think mine's more rustic than he went more modern, but it's like a nice combination of modern and rustic. So I feel like I got to use like a nice good mix. I was worried that I won't be able to pull off the modern look, but I think there's enough in base game to pull it off. But yeah, we're doing more terraining. The inspiration thing had this like flower bed around the outside of the swimming pool, and I was like, hell yeah, I'm adding that in. That is such a cool element. And the plants there are more like regular, like, you know, this is the place that they water, let's put it that way. The front bit, they don't water it. This is just left to its like own devices, but the inside by the pool is very much watered. I would imagine there are sprinklers on it. I don't know what I was starting to say then. So yeah, they're just more lush and green in that little bed there. So we've moved on to the side. As I said, there's the stables. I played around with the size of this. It does take out a big old chunk. I was going to do like 2 stables here, but I ended up just putting 1 stable. I think you can have multiple horses in 1 stable. So I decided to put 1 stable, and then you had all of like the equipment and the storage and everything around. It just made sense. Also the gate, when you use that gate and you put it and you have a wall, it pokes through to the other side of the wall, which is annoying. So I wish the gate was just a tiny bit shorter than 2 tiles so that it didn't poke through the walls. So yeah, I think I ended up changing the orientation of the stable again after just going with 1, just so that it didn't poke through, because it's poking through into the hallway of the regular house. We did not want that. So yeah, it's poking through. So I think I may have extended. Yeah, I extended this out by 1 tile so that I could put the gate on the front instead. So again, using I say this again, actually no, this is the first time. In the next build you'll see me use the hay on the floor. It's actually a rug in the regular catalogue, and they have like dried hay, and then they also have, I think, green hay. So actually no, that's technically straw, right? Yeah, That's straw. Hay is green. So that's straw on the floor. They have like 4 swatches. One's like a corner, so you can put it into the corner, it would fit and it won't like travel into other rooms. And one of them's like a messy pile, so you can kind of put those, overlay them, mix them together, and just make it look like it's a little bit more lived in. I think there's so many items in this pack that have lots of great details, and it just makes it really easy to look like I really did I just like go to the toilet or something this time? It's just still just bear with me, it's still going. Oh, we're back. So yeah, there's so many elements that are so detailed, it's really easy to put it all together. It looks lived in, and it doesn't take that much effort, is what I'm trying to say. I think I say it in the next one. I've recorded 2 different voiceovers today, and this is the 3rd one, but it's actually going to be my 2nd video out. But yeah, I just feel like this pack is very much complete. I don't think you need any other packs to supplement it, to be quite honest. Of course, it's going to be great for adding horses into Henford and Bagley. For cottage living, of course it's going to pair well with it, but I don't think you need cottage living to make this make sense, if you get what I mean. Cats and dogs would also be great, because I think farmyard animals like I was going to say sheepdog. That is a thing. Yeah, sheepdog. Or like I feel like you have farm cats as well. Like, I just feel like that would be really nice. Just that would round it out. And then of course also seasons would round it out as well. I think they're just, I would call them not essential but extras. Yeah, I'd call them extras rather than essentials. So yeah, I really like how we were able to use like these full height modern windows and then pair it with these new like kind of traditional windows that came with the pack. And in black, I told you, in black everything looks modern. It's like, oh, it's super chic, oh, it's so good. So yeah, that was how we got around it. Put everything in the black swatch and it all matches, and you can't really tell what does and doesn't match, if you get what I mean. So yeah, now we're just doing the outside seating area. There's like a fireplace. I love these new stools. I'm a fan of a good stool, and these are great. So I think I use them repeatedly in many builds. Also make good for like the foot of a bed, to have like where we'd normally have a bench, you can just have the 2 stools. And yeah, I don't think I end up using this new rug. I think I go with the base game. Actually, I might have used 2 rugs. I think I use it smaller. And the fireplace as well is really nice. So of course, I think I used it in everyone. I didn't get to use, there's a wood burner, but I feel like that's very much the other area, the kind of like, if it was a more of a lodge, some kind of like out in the western lodge thing, you know, the neighborhood that's all dirt, up to the top left of the world map. I feel like it's more there. So yeah, I didn't end up using it, which is a shocker, considering like in Organic we made a wood burner, and it was like one of the things, oh my god, let's make a wood burner. I was like really excited, and then just didn't end up using it when I had it for this. I don't know why, but yeah, did I end up keeping this? There's no way. Did I? I was trying to make something just a little bit bigger. It's like, this seems a little bit small. We have such a weird space here. Trying to like balance it with the fireplace, and yeah, so you see me adjust stuff a lot, but I think the final layout ends up being done like off camera, or just after I'd finished the entire house, I went around and like rejigged it again. And also, yeah, there will be a bar out here behind the sofa. There, I actually end up putting a bar. When I was doing the interior, I end up adding in a bar, so that's probably not shown. But there'll be screenshots at the end where you'll be able to see like the majority of stuff. I've yet to take the screenshots, so I'm gonna go and do that. I still have like access. Today I'm doing all of my editing and voiceovering on Saturday the 15th of July, and then the first video will go live on the 19th. That's when embargo lifts, and then on the 21st, and then again on the 23rd. So that's like Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday is the plan. So today, that's why today is Friday, and the second one is out. So the next one will be out on Sunday. So yeah, I was like wondering how to space it out, and I thought, look, I know I don't do these speed builds very often, but if I space it out so that it like lasts for one a week, you'll just be bored. Like everyone will have played the pack 5 billion times over and seen 5 million different videos, so what's the point? So I just thought, let's pack them all in 1 week. Right, we don't need to space out this good time. Let's just roll with it and just add it in. I was happy I finally got to use that railing as well. That looks very modern, right? And I think that's meant to be for like the horse stalls as well, so I was happy that I got to use that. And I think we're about to go into the interior, but you can see from the exterior, modern. I was happy that I got to use my own chairs that were in base game. They came in very handy actually for modern chairs. And yeah, I just end up doing all of the extra landscaping around the back and the side of the build, and putting in all the extra windows off camera, because boy, this took a long time to do. So right, now we want the interior, and I've done the floor plan already, and I've put all like black doors, windows, and then of course the walls are very, very light, so we wanted this contrast. And this wood on the floor, this is the same. I think I've used this new wood for every build. Let me think. Yes, I have. For every single build, it is the same floor but different swatches, and I was very conscious of making sure that each interior looked completely different. I don't think this looks like any of the other two, definitely. But yeah, this swatch is probably my favorite swatch. I wish they had like a lighter version that was this kind of, I just love the brown mixed with the blacks, and it's just like worn off. It's delicious. Like, it reminds me of the Harlix tone mud, because we have a highlight where the highlights are, it's like that brown color as well. So yeah, it reminds me of that. And obviously if it reminds me of something that I've made a conscious choice to try and make, then I'm gonna like it, aren't I? So yeah, I love that one. That wouldn't be this floor wouldn't be an easy one to recolor, because they have like two different colors going on. So if someone tried to recolor it would just look very flat. It needs like the two completely different colors to bring it to life. So I feel like you could do it with selective, like replace color or selective coloring. Oh, anyway, yeah, it just looks really nice. And here we are moving into the kitchen dining. I was thinking of putting like a fireplace in the middle, so that like chimney breast and fire, but I just ended up thinking it kind of just blocked off the room, so make it one big room, have the kitchen, and put in like an island, and then that leads into the dining room. Do I keep that table? I think I do. Yeah, and then I've changed it for like, I have a kind of black. The color palette is like black, white for the walls, and then neutral, kind of cool neutrals. Actually, not even just cool. There is warm neutrals as well. It's more of like a tan. I would say tan tan, brown, black and white. So it's a very neutral palette, but still, oh, and blue. The kind of blue is an accent throughout the whole entire house. Even these like counters, the worn part looks kind of navy blue to me, so I picked up on that and did navy blue accents in this room. And yeah, I was happy to be able to use the new kitchen as well in a way that it still looked modern, whereas if you put this in another build, I feel like sometimes when stuff is rustic it can also look industrial. So my plan, I think, with this build, first of all, was to use the base game industrial kitchen, and then I got it out and I was like, no, I don't need to. This by itself still just looks modern. It looks modern. It doesn't need to be the industrial thing. I think just put anything in black and it looks like industrial, modern, and you're good to go, you know? So one thing I never ever do apparently in builds is put in smoke alarms, so maybe I'll go through and do that. I still haven't like uploaded, well, at the time of recording this, I haven't I don't have access to upload the lots to the gallery. I won't have access until like I get the game for real, which I will already have had the game for real by the time you're listening to this, but it's just another step. So as I haven't uploaded them yet, I can make little alterations as I see fit. So we don't have any of the nectar making or anything on this lot. It is literally just like, this is a home and they just so happen to keep like horses for personal use. I'd say it was more personal use than some kind of commercial use. So they're just a family that enjoys horses. That's it. You know, it's just... So there is a guest bedroom on the right hand side. So we have an office here, and then backing onto it we have a guest bedroom and a bathroom, and then on the other side, the other like annex, the other wing of the house, we have the master bedroom, and then we have also the kids room. And so I did like a boys room, a child. For some reason I wasn't feeling like doing toddler rooms. I think it's because there isn't a toddler bed with the pack. There is just a regular single bed and a double bed. So that's probably why I didn't lean to doing toddlers or even infants. I just wasn't feeling them. I don't know why. I just, when I came into this world, did not think of them at all. So we went more with children. Like every build, there is at least one kids room in every build. In the next one coming up, which is on the 64x64 lot, I know, who is she? She did a 64x64. There are 2 kids bedrooms, and in every single build I've done a guest bedroom as well. So this is the guest bedroom. Again, the palette, black, white, and this tan colour brown. We're just going to say shades of brown, because tan is still brown. So yeah, and the guest bedroom has Bob pancakes. I feel like maybe the person that lives here, is an agent in the entertainment. I feel like they could easily be Bob Pancake's agent, because Bob Pancake is famous, and I feel like he needs an agent, right, to get him all those good. I think he could be like celebrity chef, so he needs those deals. That's why he has his poster up in the guest bedroom, because that's one of his clients. So yeah. So this in here, I did this trick first here of shoving the bed into the wall, because the headboard makes it look very classic, and this is not a classic build, it is a modern one. So I did that, and then I was like, well, what do I do for the headboard? Because at this stage I'd actually done the next build, the 64x64, it's a farmhouse. I'd actually done that build, and in that one I did the trick in it first, so you're seeing this, and this is like me learning from that build. So I was like, what can I do for the headboard? In the farmhouse I use the shutters as a headboard, which I think looks cool, but in this one I wanted to do it more modern. do you know what? I could have used the shutters as a headboard for this, but I like the way that those wall decor pieces go either side and make it even more modern. So yeah, I think in this room it's like really the epitome of modern and rustic. So we have like the modern headboard, and even the bedding looks more modern. With that headboard gone, the bedding looks modern, and when in doubt, turn it black and it's modern. You're just good to go. So that decor behind the bed is actually a wall decoration piece from Base Game, and I just placed them along there and I was like, oh, this works. And our accent colour throughout the whole house has been blue, and they are in blue, and I was like, I don't think I've ever used that wall decoration for anything in any build ever before, and I was like, this is good, we're gonna use them. And I think it worked out really well. And again, oh yeah, as I said, at the foot of the bed, 2 stools to make it look like a bench seating there. Now we move on to wow, we're gonna call it the second to last room, because we only have bathrooms to go after this. But this is, you're gonna see my struggle. I have left the whole thing in of all of the different layouts I tried for this bed, and I wanted it to be modern. I was like, oh, let's try and use a different swatch on the bedding compared to what we did for the other builds that I've already done. And I just really struggled, because as I changed the bedding, like the frame color changes as well, and I just, light wood in here just to me didn't make sense. So yeah, I tried everything, and then I had this idea of having, I think it's because when I did the main bedroom, I've done these cabinets, these kitchen cabinets as a headboard before, and I feel like I almost wanted to do that. Well, I thought about doing that in the master bedroom. I didn't even attempt it because I already looked for the wall decor to do it. But then I thought, oh, I could have done this in here. Maybe I'll do it in the kids' room. So that's what I did. So this is me trying to think of some kind of layout that makes sense. So we've gone, I feel like in the bedrooms we are more modern than we are rustic, but they still have rustic elements. Still got that floor coming through, so you can't not be rustic. Yeah, I think it still makes sense. I'm happy it makes sense. We're still fiddling around with it. I think this is the most difficult kids room to do. The other ones were like cutesy and more rustic. They weren't trying to be sophisticated or elevated or modern. They were just kids rooms, you know, just plain and simple. But this one was a bit more thought through. Either that, or you could also say that an architect lives here, because I feel like these are kind of details that an architect would have to think out. So it's either that an architect lives here, or they paid an architect to design this whole place, rather than yeah, I feel like this could be a new build where they hired an architect to do it, to explain this fancy schmancy surround around the bed. Or they could just be an architect. There isn't a career as an architect, is there? Oh god, can you imagine if they put in architects into the, I would love an architecture like career. Can we have it be like an active one where they go in and they have to do drawings and they have to like go with clients? I know there's like the interior design thingy, but that's just not the same as being an architect, right? Still waiting, holding out for that European city too. This is like the time to say my wish list. Yeah, we're still holding out for the European city with apartments. Paris inspired, we're thinking. If you did it Madrid inspired, it'd also be kind of cool. But I feel like universally everyone thinks Paris is amazing, and no matter where you are in the world, you recognize Paris. So if you had like Paris, the Eiffel Tower, you had buildings with like, can you imagine an apartment in like the loft? kill me now, like dead. I'm telling you now that if that happens, I will be building like nobody has seen me build before. I would be like, how many apartments can we make? Like I would love it if they did that. And then at the same time they made it that we could make our own apartments if they took the opportunity to be like a city world, European city world, and then to like you can also make your own apartments. Oh, please. I saw a tutorial the other day on Twitter. Felix sent it to me, and it was like someone how to make your own like functional apartments, and that was a really cool concept. I'm gonna be like, it's a good one. Like you can use like shells to do it, and you can use like the Realm of Magic teleporter and stuff to get up to your floor. It's a really cool concept. But yeah, so we're doing the bathroom. I done the bathroom on the other side by the guest room first to kind of work out my theme. And I'm saying this wall, the rustic wall with the black, kill me. I'm dead. The wall is just like so nice. So nice. It's also giving me the vibes of Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis's barn. Because that had like lots of this kind of like burnt wood. I'm gonna say this is burnt wood. It's not, but you know that technique, the Japanese technique where you burn the, I'm gonna say it's that. It's not really. It's not at all. But yeah, we're coming to screenshots, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back in 2 days' time on Sunday with the next build. Bye, guys.